I think most people know what a legacy character is. You guys are pretty smart, but if you don't worry, I'll explain it for you. A legacy character is usually a mantle that someone picks up, usually when the first person that holds their name dies or just doesn't want to be a hero anymore or can't be a hero anymore. A good and probably prime example of this is Spider-Man, with Spider-Man being 2 people now instead of 1, Miles Morales and Peter Parker. But the point I'm here to make today is when I said Spider-Man 5 seconds earlier, be honest with yourself. Who did you think of when I said that? It's okay, go ahead and lie and say that you thought Miles. It's cool, it's fine, I would do it too. Ain't nobody judging you. Almost every single one of you thought of Peter, and like I just said, that's fine. It would be different if this was like a Miles thing that only he had to deal with, but no, this is a multiple superhero thing. I can think of 5 heroes that deal with the same thing, but that would spoil the video you're about to watch. Well, the video you're watching right now, but that doesn't really matter. Anyways, I'm gonna try to figure out why when people say a superhero's name with multiple people using it, they only think of one person. And with that being said, play the intro.
That girl, she got on my clothes. That little girl that she got it, you better pop. Are you serious? I swear my money is serious. Okay, all my checks I just be clearing. She tell my dick that she get delirious. Okay, jump on the jet so I'm clearing. Okay, fuck, but I'm not talking new. Okay, smoke that boy just like a cigarette. That boy try to make it cost.
There's a lot of legacy characters in comics. They've become pretty popular actually, and for a while it seemed like everybody was getting one. And me personally, I feel like the goal of a legacy character is when someone asks who their favorite superhero is, and they answer with Batman, for example, they get asked the second question, which one? And I mean like mostly casuals, more people who aren't really into comics. It's just like to the general public, they know these characters, because if you ask people who read comics, they'll know fucking Schmidlbop the Fourth. Like, I don't know who the fuck that is, but you get asked that second question. You do that and you've completed your job, because I feel like by getting someone to ask that, you've established that character into the mythos like completely. Like they're there now. Like there's no getting rid of them type shit. I mean, for the most part. So I'm gonna start off with characters that to me just haven't quite achieved this, because quite frankly, there is a lot of them. I know there's a lot because I had to do the research for this video. I don't know why I'm lying. I didn't do any research for this video. All my knowledge comes from watching comic storing videos and reading comics. I didn't do any research. Why did I just lie? Bro, transition. These two should be separate, but unfortunately they suffer from the same issues, I feel. Alright, fine, let's talk about the fat ass elephant in the room. Sorry, I don't know if you've noticed, but they're both black. People swear up and down that it's not racism, but I've never ever seen people say, insert whatever character you want here isn't that hero when they're a couple of shades lighter. What a shock. Comic book fans are racist. I would have never guessed. But anyways, for Miles, the only other reason besides the KKK for people not asking which one when they talk about Spider-Man is simply he isn't popular enough. And this argument will only stand true like 7 years ago, because we got Into the Spider-Verse and stack on the fact that nigga got his own game too. He is quite literally very popular. He's well known. He's the second most well-known Spider-Man outside of Peter Parker. Yeah, there's no real reason besides racism, I'm not gonna lie. Oh wow, would you look at that. A set of superheroes that should be talked about separately, but unfortunately suffer from the same lame ass issue. Let's talk about the fat ass elephant. Sorry, average size elephant in the room. They're women. Wolverine, Thor, and Hulk. They're all just shredded to shit manly ass superheroes. So for the cucks to see a woman do the same exact shit, even though it's not real life, just being drawn, it hurts their little pissant ego. So they start saying shit like, that's not my Hulk, that's not my Wolverine, that's not Thor. My brother in Christ, all 3 of them do the same exact thing as the male counterparts, except they have vaginas. How are they not that hero? But they shut up. What a shock. Comic book fans don't like women. I would have never guessed. I can throw Daredevil in here too, but I don't see too many people talk about her and say this, and it's probably more of a reason that they don't know that there's a woman Daredevil, but it's the internet, so they're probably misogynistic to begin with. Anyways, on to the next hero. So Batman definitely has a heavy case of this, because just me saying Batman, you don't even think of anyone else. It's dead ass Bruce Wayne or nothing. I don't blame you though. I feel like when it's like this, it's because of how much pure history Batman has. And maybe a little misogyny. That people don't even bother to think about other options. And anytime we do get the other options, they don't last that long. Because if Bruce dies, he's just gonna come back in a few months. So we don't even get attached to the person who took up the mantle. also probably just a little bit of racism too. You know, in the script, it tells me to say like on to the next hero, and it has me talking about Ant-Man. Nobody cares. I don't care. I'm sorry, I'm not doing it. So instead of moving on to the next hero, moving on to the very short, and I indeed do mean short, list of heroes that people actually asked which one to. For the Flash, it really comes down to that the mantle has been around for so long that people just grew up with different versions of the character. If you're a certain age, you grew up with Barry Allen, maybe Wally, hell, for the 4 people that this applies to, even Bart Allen. And I guess if you're old as dirt, fucking Jay Garrick. A good example of this is Crisis on Infinite Earths, where Barry Allen originally died, air quotes, because it's a fucking comic book, nobody ever really dies, but he died doing something with the anti-monitor. I don't fucking remember. He ran around, nigga sucked him up, not like that. Basically he died, he was gone. So if you are a Flash fan, you just watched your hero die, right? And then let's say you're a kid and you're new to the Flash. The new Flash is Wally West. So if you're reading the Flash for the first time, Wally is your Flash, and thus you have kids grow up with Wally West as their Flash, some not even knowing that Barry Allen is a person. I think the closest person to ever like getting to this point was Miles, but he wasn't in the main universe. It was Ultimate Spider-Man, and they destroyed that universe, and now he's just in the main universe with Peter. So there goes that, because now he's just stuck at the second Spider-Man, if people even call him that. More times than not, they will just call him Miles Morales than Spider-Man. But I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways, on to Green Lantern. Green Lantern is a different story, because I could be wrong about this, but I feel like the Justice League cartoon did wonders for John Stewart being established. Now, I'm pretty sure that John Stewart was a character in the comics before being in the Justice League TV show, but I'm fairly certain that when people said, hey, Green Lantern, they did not think of John Stewart, they thought of Hal Jordan. But with him being on the show and him being the only Green Lantern that's a human, I don't even fucking know. They had a lot of niggas on that show. Basically what I'm saying is it really helped him become more recognizable. There's probably a few more characters that get the, which one question, but actually there is, because I was going to talk about Nova, but he's like a really small character, and if you know about Nova, it's probably from fucking shitty ass Ultimate Spider-Man. I'll die on that hill. That show's not good. But if you know him from that show, you probably only know the one Nova in that show. His name is like Sam something. I don't know his last name. It doesn't really matter to the point of this video. I don't think he would have fit. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, thank you all for watching to the end of this video. Let me know any heroes that you could ask which one to. I forgot my outro. Hold on. Okay, I got it. Stay safe, drink some water, and as always, have yourselves a damn good one.